$449 million.
Senior officials from the Ministry of Finance led by Minister Matia Kasaija and Permanent Secretary and Secretary to the Treasury Keith Mwakanizi appeared for the second time before the Parliamentary Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises that is investigating the 6 billion shilling oil cash payout.
The spirit which we came last Friday is the same spirit we have come.
Last week when these officials first interfaced with the committee, they were directed to account for all the money Uganda has so far obtained from the oil sector since sustained activity began following the discovery of commercially viable quantities of oil in 2006. Documents before the committee indicate that as of March 2015, Uganda had received $620 million, approximately 1.6 trillion shillings. About $449 million of this money was from capital gains tax after Heritage Oil sold its interests to Tullow Oil, and $171 million after Tullow sold its interests in some exploration areas to Chinese oil firms Sinopec and Total. Secretary to the Treasury Keith Mwakanizi informed the committee that in accordance with the presidential directive and government policy, all this money was meant for infrastructure projects like the ongoing construction of Karuma and Isimba hydropower projects. But the MPs said Finance Ministry bureaucrats breached the Public Finance Management Act by depositing 1.3 trillion shillings of oil revenue on the Consolidated Fund instead of the Petroleum Fund account as directed by the relatively new law. Some members argued that this was an intentional act by the officials to misappropriate the funds.
When they close this money, this account, we have this 1.3 which has not been utilized on the infrastructure project as directed by government.
No, Mr. Chairman, no, let me do this. You are correct. A decision had already been made to use this money for infrastructure as part of the consolidated account.
Yes, of course, money was always in the account, but
and we continue using it for infrastructure, which we should account Karuma and Isimba and related transmission lines. We used it, and that's what we should account for.
Honorable Kasaija, it will make life very, very easy because it's not a big deal to say, yes, we realize we made a small mistake, we are sorry, and we move.
If you understood the law differently, and this money went into the Consolidated Fund, and it was absorbed to our consumption, then there's going to be a debate about this, a big conversation about this.
According to the committee chairman Abdu Katuntu, the committee has received different figures from various government departments like Bank of Uganda, the Uganda Revenue Authority and the Energy Ministry on how much money Uganda has obtained from oil so far. The MPs were also concerned that some of the oil money was kept in dollars and others in Uganda shillings.
Do you want to confirm that since the establishment of the Petroleum Fund, all the revenues is being kept in dollars?
The dollar revenues are in dollars. The Uganda shilling revenues are in Uganda shillings.
Yes.
The matter is very simple. Let it not knock our heads for nothing. We go back, as I've suggested, let's look at our record in terms of time, in terms of the bank statements, and find out where that money went, that actually when the law came into force, and then we come here and show you exactly what.
The MPs were not satisfied with the responses from the Finance Ministry officials, prompting the committee chairman Abdu Katuntu to defer the meeting on Friday to allow the finance officials reconcile their documents and return to the committee with a clear position.
You may resume.
Herbert Zziwa, NTV at Parliament.